Hello and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla and today I will be your cosmic guide as we navigate this new moon in Scorpio happening on October 19th around 10:47 p.m. Pacific time. Before we jump in, I would like to mention that my Etsy link to book reading is down below, as well as the other booking link, which is sliding scale. And thank you so much to everybody who interacts with my videos, who comments, who is supporting me so much. Thank you. And I've heard some people say that they're not getting notified of it, so hit the bell so that you can be notified every time I make a new video. Again, thank you tons, and I will be reading from this November workbook for the Scorpio new moon from Ritual Planner. This new moon in Scorpio arrives late on November 19th at 28 degrees, drawing us deep into the quiet, unseen places within. Scorpio rules the underworld, the psyche, and the soul's molting process, and this new moon is one of the most potent of the year for transformation. This is not a surface level reset, it's a shedding, a remembering, and a rebirth. At 28 degrees, we're near the end of Scorpio's domain, meaning this new moon carries a finality, an edge, a weight. It asks, what are you still carrying that no longer fits the truth of who you're becoming, and what are you ready to bury? Not in denial, but in sacred release. This lunation is tightly aligned with no major aspects, amplifying its singular focus and internal intensity. The silence is part of the medicine. No loud distractions. No external drama. Just you, your shadow, and your heart, and your truth. It's an invitation to go fully inward, to let your intuition, your body, your emotional intelligence guide you through. In Scorpio, the new moon asks us to honor the full cycle of death and rebirth, not just the parts that feel mystical, but the mess, the grief, the rage, the discomfort of what it means to truly let go. You may find yourself drawn to cord-cutting rituals, journaling around power dynamics, or simply sitting in the dark with your own honesty. Let it be raw, let it be real. The new moon is ruled by Mars and Pluto, both currently active in emotionally charged signs. Mars in Scorpio is relentless. It wants truth at all costs. Pluto, now direct in Aquarius, is reshaping collective structures and inviting us to take personal accountability for the power we hold. Together, they infuse this lunation with deep emotional precision. You're not just letting go for the sake of letting go. You're choosing what to carry forward with clarity. In the tarot, Scorpio is ruled by death and associated with judgment and the tower. These cards don't play. They ask us to see beyond illusion, to answer our own calling, and to burn down what was built on false foundations. But they also promise renewal, resurrection, and radical clarity on the other side. Ritually, this is a powerful lunation for shadow work, ancestral healing, and intention setting around boundaries, power, sex, and soul contracts. If you've been feeling energetically tangled, this is a moment to cut cords, cleanse, and reclaim your sovereignty. Remember, Scorpio teaches us that transformation doesn't always look like movement. Sometimes it looks like stillness, like silence, like surrender, like compost. Let this new moon bury what needs to die, so something truer can bloom in the dark. So, yeah, I love that there's no other aspects. It's just this new moon. It's just this time to really focus on that and let go with power. I like that it said it's not like any other new moon either. It's different. It's a time for truly letting go. And I love that. I think it's at a perfect time for me personally, at least. So, firstly, what truth is rising from your depths that you can no longer ignore? We've got the Hermit. He's in search for truth, right? Like that inner truth. He's following the star. And I think this is a calling to follow your guiding light. Follow what will make you live the life that you want to, firstly, but also follow what will allow you to do that internal work, like therapy, whatever will allow you to get to the bottom of yourself and to search inward. Many of us have felt the need to go within and do some inner work, and it can't be ignored anymore. I do also want to mention that the the pick a card reading that should be out by now, pile 1, I believe, had the Hermit come up. So I think that may be important, especially because the pick a card was, what are you avoiding? Well, if you're avoiding looking within, it's not going to be allowed to be ignored any longer. So maybe that's an invitation for you. What part of you is ready to shed, transform, or outgrow? We've got the 8 of Cups. So I get the sense that if you've been emotionally there for someone, kind of being the, we can call it the eldest daughter vibe, only because that's what I can relate it to. I think it's time that you move on in a way, and it doesn't mean you don't have to help anybody. It's just that part of you who was always there to fill other people's cups, to make sure they're all in order, it wants to leave. It's being outgrown. Yeah, I think there's just this emotional component that you're ready to transform and step away from to find something else. And I like how these two are next to each other, because the person in the 8 of Cups, is walking away to find their inner truth and becomes the Hermit. So that's some food for thought there, for sure. It's like outgrowing the things that no longer serve us, the emotional things that aren't fulfilling us anymore. And it doesn't have to be with haste or with any regret or anything. It's just, hey, this isn't serving me at this time, and now it's time to move on. So transform your inner emotional world, for sure. Where are you being called to reclaim your personal power? We've got the 4 of Wands. I love this because this is about celebration, and it's about being able to cultivate celebration wherever you are. So if you need to celebrate yourself more, I think that's definitely what it's saying. Show yourself that you're worth celebrating and that you want to celebrate. Alternatively, this can also highlight an energy leak or dynamics. So if this is maybe you are the party planner, you are the one who has to, again, get things in order, all the ducks in a row, you have to do the one planning and doing all of this. I think it's time that you gotta maybe say no, take a step back, or not do it all the time. And for sure ask for reciprocity, not allowing yourself to give, but nothing in return. How can you embrace vulnerability and deeper emotional connection? We've got the Page of Wands, who has been following me for weeks now. The Page of Wands comes out so often. But how can you embrace vulnerability and deeper emotional connection? It's funny because in the other deck that I have, the Page of Wands is naked except for the cape thing here. And that always speaks to me about vulnerability because she is naked. And I just think that here, what this card is saying is you can tear down walls by having a childlike view on it. Children, your inner child doesn't want to be rejected or even apart from everything else, if that makes sense. So it's really calling you to tear down those walls, soften the fiery control that you feel in order to explore new revenues of connection and vulnerability. And look, there's some water here in the fire card. I've never noticed that before, unless the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith doesn't have that. I'm kind of tripping right now because I don't remember seeing a river there. But if not, I do like this addition that this deck added, to have the water there, to let it flow. And maybe, so going back to the control thing, the page is standing right on top of it, kind of hindering it a little bit. So maybe just take a step aside and just allow yourself to go through that. You could even incorporate creative aspects as well into whatever you do, because the creativity will open up the waters, the sacral chakra, which is the color orange there, and allow you to eventually be more emotionally open, just like with this card, right? The 8 of Cups. What rebirth is emerging for you under this new moon? We've got the High Priestess. So, the High Priestess trusts herself and her own intuition. It's time for you to do the same. She's inviting you to connect with that inner world, the hermit, so that you can cultivate your intuition and really trust it whenever it's speaking to you and make your decisions based on that. High Priestess is the empowered version of you that wants to come through. It no longer wants to hide behind the veil. It wants you to be there with her. She has a very deep connection with herself. And with these 3 cards here, the oracles, I had asked for what is helping you facilitate this emergence? What is helping you facilitate this rebirth? 3 cards came out, so I kept them. We've got 24, responsibility, which the guidebook did talk about. It was saying that Pluto is direct in Aquarius and is inviting us to take personal accountability for the power we hold. So yeah, take responsibility for your sovereignty, for this power that you have and hold. Next we've got 40, sundering, which I will read the guidebook for because I'm not too sure what this means, but the sword there, it looks like very Queen of Swords-esque, where she's ready to kind of cut things off. She's not playing with that. And there's even this weird imagery right here. She's like in between bars or something, but it's almost parallel to the 4 wands right on top of her. Next, we've got 34, rebirth. So yeah, this rebirth is facilitating your emergence. Let me read the guidebook real quick for 40. It speaks to the profound courage and decisive action required to sunder the fetters that have bound our growth, authenticity, and sovereign self-expression. It represents the pivotal moments when we must harness our inner strength and clarity to cut the cords that have tethered us to situations, relationships, or patterns that have become restrictive or soul diminishing. Yeah, literally Queen of Swords. And I just looked at the bottom of the deck, 44, awakening. So yeah, there's definitely this big theme of cutting things out that no longer serve you to emerge as this butterfly, to really grow in profound ways and not be so hindered. Amazing. Love this for you. Love this for this collective during this new moon in Scorpio. This is very on brand for Scorpio, so hell yeah, good luck. And I did want to finish with some crystal wisdom. So we've got citrine, invite abundance and prosperity. Let your spirit shine bright. It speaks to the authenticity part as well. And I do have some citrine here because that is a November crystal. Let your spirit shine bright. That's the Page of Wands too, just allowing yourself to be authentic and shine and not care, to explore. Awesome. Okay. So I was about to finish up, but I saw the bottom of the tarot deck, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. So just speaking again on this big change that's happening to you on a collective and as a big societal level, there's some big changes going, and it's crazy. Fate is about to change. I don't know, there's going to be some crazy stuff with this rebirth. So best of luck to you. I hope you take the time to care for yourself and your body, your emotional realm, and make sure to ground. I don't really see any earth cards here, but you gotta plant some seeds, plant your feet in a little bit, ground yourself during this time. The Page of Wands is technically the earth element, but in a fire suit. So I would just, take your time, ground when possible, because you have a big transformation coming. So best of luck, and I can't wait to read for you again next time.